Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, your Tobago Thursday edition. And it was animation with a taste of carnival at Animae Caribe Festival held in Tobago over the carnival weekend. The visit was part of the 22nd Animae Caribe Festival, which ran from Wednesday the 25th of October to Saturday the 28th. And this morning, to give us a little bit of insight, we are joined by Ms. Camille Selvon Abrahams, the festival founding director of Animae Caribe Festival, and she is in studio, but also virtually we are joined by Ashaki Armstrong, the studio coordinator for ePixel Studios. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for supporting the festival again. Every year you feature us, so thank you.
It's absolutely worth featuring, and I'm going to start with you, Camille, as you're in studio with me.
Sure.
Just because we know what anime is, but in terms of an entire festival, even being able to have it for 22 years,
Yes.
it says something about an industry that we might need to focus a little bit more.
Absolutely, and the fact that young people are so very much involved in it, it means that it's sort of highlighting 21st century careers. And to me, that is what is the most important thing, because young people, if they are not put into that space of digital economy, creative sector, they won't see these things as careers, but it's actually a multi-billion-dollar career currently.
I like the B word, multi-billion-dollar career.
US.
Ooh. Now you gave me some figures. It is around 270 billion to be more
yes,
specific.
yes.
So as far as the festival goes, when we talk about exploring that $270 billion industry, what facets do we explore? Can you give us a little bit of an outline as to at least where it started and where it's at now?
So this started with me coming back as a animator myself. I won the Royal Television Society Award in London. You know, I was working with some really great people. But coming back to Trinidad, I realized that there's no platform, and I wanted to come back to live. So I always say I did it selfishly, right? I wanted to come back to live, and therefore I had to create an awareness. And what that did really was really open my mind to the fact that when I look at my experience as a child or as a teenager, I never had the opportunity to really learn animation. It took me leaving Trinidad and Tobago, spending money in a university to actually even think that I could have done this. And that goes across the border. So for instance, the first time I actually had a sort of discussion about CLR dreams, for instance, that was in university in London, right? So I think it's really, really important that when we look at these sort of festivals, it's not just about music, it's not just about, you know, the arts, it's not just about animation, but it's really about making people aware of the broad perspective when it comes to the arts and cultural industry.
Makes sense. I'm going to jump across to Shaki now, because I would love to hear your perspective on how you got your foot in on the animation scene as well.
Well, hi, good morning. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us. Well, from my personal perspective, I personally was more into graphic design and slightly into animation. So with that, it was an opportunity for me to come to EID Cuts with ePixel Studio, basically, and showcase my talent there, in a sense.
I know somebody at home is saying, because that graphic design is certainly more popular locally. But in terms of the animation and the actual growth of the industry, the collaboration certainly is going to help to open people's eyes even wider towards that, and I assume. Now, let's go straight into the festival itself, because we had a jam-packed festival.
Jam-packed.
A lot happening.
Yes.
So Camille, walk me through a little bit as to what the schedule was like, because I understand we had feature speakers, we had workshops, quite a few things happening.
Yes, quite a lot. And every year we feature really three things. One is the business of animation, because it's important that parents understand, I keep going back to parents and students, that this is a lucrative area for their children to be part of. So we had a business day, we normally have a school day, and then we do the Animae Caribe Tobago edition. Now that Tobago edition is really important because often our counterparts in Tobago say that they are left out. And we've been always there as part of that whole featuring animation in Tobago. The school day, I have to tell you, oh my God, the school day was a Friday, And we got 28 schools registered. So that in itself was huge.
Yes.
But then they registered and came in busloads of 40. 40, 20, 25. So multiply that by 28. So we had to scramble quite a bit to fit, we had to add on rooms.
Yeah.
But to me, that said so much. It said so much. It also sort of made you realize that in the education system itself, we need to have space for these kind of things. We don't have enough space for it, and we have to therefore create it.
Asaki, tell me a little bit about that part of the experience where speaking to so many students generally is a challenge. But when we talk about anime and things they may be extremely excited about, how was that dynamic executed?
Yes, it was really, really an eye-opener for us because this was the first time we actually been to Trinidad on a large scale like that, to see so many students coming out to witness the whole animation aspect of things. So when they came to our booth, which is ePixel Studio, they had the opportunity to use our tablets, they draw, use iPads. Some of them for the first time, that was their first experience using a tablet and drawing on digitally. So it was really an extraordinary experience for us.
I can imagine that you get a little bit more pep in your step when you see the impact that you can make. As far as the actual festival goes, though, beyond the festival, in terms of connecting with Pixel Studios itself, how can we do that, Asaki?
Yes, so you can visit our website, which is Ashaki, which is e-pixel, Pixl Studios. And we have a contact page where you can insert your name, email, and your message, or you can contact us directly. The information for that is there as well.
Sounds good. Now, I know that persons like Ashaki will be a part of future endeavors when it comes to the festival. But that one sounds incredibly successful. What can we look forward to next festival?
So, we had a pitch competition this year called the Big Thinkers Pitch, and we were approached by a UK organization. They successfully did it in the UK for African animations, and they wanted to do it at the Animae Caribe for Caribbean animation. So one particular project was selected to be funded now to go into production. Now that's a big step for us, and that is by someone called Shane Leakett, and his animation was called PB and Buck. PB standing for Papa Bois and Buck. Could you imagine the hilarity of that, right? It was amazing. And so to me, that is a step where we see we will continue to do. We will continue to put out the possibility for local and Caribbean culture and animations and characters to be featured on the world stage. So this for us was the sort of peak of the festival, the fact that PB and Buck will now possibly be marketed to Netflix and Amazon and whoever else that needs to see our folklore and our characters.
Beautiful. And I look forward to even more success stories like this in the future. 23, we see, when we look at next year. But do we have dates already?
Yes, we always do the last weekend in October. So Tobago Carnival just happened to fall in our feet. We didn't go for that. In fact, it was a little bit scary. We were like, should we change the date? But actually, it turned out to be really, really well. It was attended by young people, and we actually had a successful Tobago edition.
All right, so the Tobago edition is done. We're getting ready for the next leg in 2023, end of October. Until then, how can we connect with you, Camille?
So definitely, the University of Trinidad and Tobago. I wear so many hats, right? So the University of Trinidad and Tobago, we have our BFA in Digital Media Arts. You could contact us on the website. Also, Animae Caribe Festival has a website. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And yeah, just reach out. Parents who are thinking about the students, they could actually go on to the UTT website and see what is on for the BFA in Digital Media Arts. They could even apply from now, I've been told. So yeah, be there.
Guys, we are getting into anime in a big way. Very much thank you to the founding director of Animae Caribe Festival, Camille, joining us this morning. And of course, Ashaki out there virtually connecting with us as well and showing us what we can do. This is the Now Morning Show. I'm going to learn some skills during the break, and when we come back, I might draw my co-host. You never know. Let's see how it goes. On regular people.